Welcome ladies, Benjamin Selby-Hele here, your resident lifestyle and leadership coach. Now today we're all about nutrition. It's all about nutrition on Tuesdays, and we're going to be talking about the 5 key principles to awesome nutrition. So by the end of today's little brief presentation, you're going to be able to fuel yourself better. You're going to understand what healthy eating looks like, and you'll be able to then pass those traits and habits down onto your family. And that's the real benefit. That's the real kicker. When you can start to influence your family in such a positive capacity where they're eating healthy and reaping the rewards, it's a double benefit. It's not only a benefit for you, but for everyone. It's win-win, and that's what we want to focus on. So the information we focus on today, a lot of it is the key points that you would have already read about if you've read through that manual. But just in case some of you haven't read it, I want to start this first week highlighting the key points and why they're so important. So if we don't implement these strategies, these principles, what's the result? Well, efficiency's down, energy's down, you don't run at your optimal level, and if you're already time poor, you'll be even more time poor. That's the reality of it. So by implementing healthy nutrition, it enhances so many other elements of your life. You become more efficient. You have increased energy. Suddenly you've got more time in the day, or perceivably you've got more time in the day, and your whole family benefits. Everyone's healthy and they can operate at their best. So you're actually creating more time for yourself. So what I want you to think about for a moment is why this is so important for you. Why is it important for you to apply these healthy principles and begin to change your nutrition and that of your family and or your partner, whoever it is that you're surrounded by most frequently. Just jot that down in your journal, because that's going to help you focus on changing your nutrition. All right, so to our principles. The first principle, really easy, we'll knock them on the head. Drink plenty of water. Goes without saying, our body needs a hydrated state to function. We're 75% water, so it's imperative that you drink plenty of water to allow for metabolic processes to happen most efficiently. So 2 to 3 litres a day as a minimum. Keep a water bottle by your side everywhere you go. Secondly, you want to eat like a fire. If you think how a fire operates, it needs continual fuel to maintain its burning. Your metabolism is much the same way. So if you're not feeding it frequently, your body's slipping in a starvation mode, which sees you hold on to fat cells, which sees you hoard fat for a rainy day, because your body doesn't know when your next meal's going to come. If you think of it like when we were cave people, we didn't know when our next meal would come, so our body had to preserve the stores that were already in it. So if you don't eat frequently, every 3 to 4 hours, your body slips into that starvation mode. Likewise, as opposed to eating 3 main meals a day, your eating patterns should be more consistent and there should be more meal times. So you're grazing. So 5 to 6 meals per day as opposed to the customary 3. Thirdly, protein in every meal. Now I know some of you go, but I don't like meat. Well, there's plenty of sources of protein outside of meat. But the reason, and what I want you to understand is the reason protein is so important is because it helps regenerate muscle and repair muscle. So it works in conjunction with your exercise. It helps your body repair thicker muscles and stronger muscles. But also it makes you feel fuller for longer. So I always refer this to my clients. You could eat 500 grams of potato chips and probably eat another 500 grams pretty easy. Frivolous carbohydrates. But if you try to eat 500 grams of chicken and then another 500 grams of chicken, it's virtually impossible to eat a kilo of chicken in one sitting because you're just so full. So protein makes you feel fuller for a longer period. So include it in every meal. Fourthly, ensure that you start to reduce that sugar. Sugar and processed foods, they're the devil. They will make it that if one of your primary motives for partaking in this program is to lose weight, sugar is your number one enemy. Enemy of the state number one. Eliminate sugar from your diet and weight will just melt off you. But if your weight's already at a sound place and you're still eating a lot of sugar, eliminate sugar and your energy levels just go up amazingly, because you don't start to experience those dips that come when you eat a lot of white sugar. So really watch out for those soft drinks and fruit juices. Eliminate them from the house and stick to water. Stick to water, and that's your safest bet. But outside of that, lollies, white bread, white pasta, all of those things contain those frivolous and simple carbohydrates that just spike your blood and then drop it down dramatically. That's why you feel those lulls after you've had something like a lolly or something along those lines. Lastly, the last principle number 5, is have a cheat day. That day where you can sort of recalibrate and eat the things that have been on your mind throughout the week. If you love ice cream, buy single portions. Don't buy a whole tub. I've gone through periods of time where I ate like a whole tub on a cheat day because I felt like I needed it or I missed it that much through the week. But as you become more consistent with your eating, your cravings will diminish. But satisfy those cravings 1 or 2 days a week on the weekend, generally. So Monday to Friday, keep it clean, eat healthy, and then Saturday or Sunday you can have a cheat meal or several cheat meals to recalibrate. Because you can't just go cold turkey. Remember, it's a lifestyle change, so it's bit by bit. Really focus on just taking it a day at a time, a little bit at a time. So how do we implement this? All right, carry a water bottle everywhere you go, as I've already suggested. Plan your meals. That's why I had you doing that planning last week, to ensure you've got a loose plan to work to, and that food diary will help keep you accountable as well. So work to that plan, and then you can begin to take things away even further and add new things as you get stronger and more consistent with your application. Don't try and go from one extreme, like extremely poor eating, to extremely super healthy eating, because the majority of cases you won't last that long. So take it bit by bit and be easy on yourself. Fourthly, how to apply it: only buy what's on your shopping list. Don't buy any extras. Just buy and stock in your house the healthy stuff, the good stuff. And then lastly, to help curb those cravings, write a cheat list. So things that you're craving throughout the week, write them down on a list, and then you can knock them on the head on the weekend, and suddenly the cravings start to diminish over time. So I want you to think for yourself now, once you implement this healthy eating, how's it going to affect your family? How's it going to affect you? How's it going to affect your partner, those people closest to you? What's your future going to be looking like once you've implemented this system and you're doing it consistently? Just take that moment and focus on that thought. All right, so this is very much the key pillar or the key principles to healthy nutrition. Drink plenty of water. Eat like a fire, eat protein at every meal, ensure that you're reducing sugar and processed foods, and have a cheat day. Really, really important. All right, ladies, I've got the utmost belief in you. Go about it, focus on your own race, focus on that process and implementing those changes in conjunction with you and your situation. And most importantly, enjoy the journey, and I'll see you in our next installment.